Hopefully.
Do we need to do this again? You want to do it one more time? Oh, the whole episode is gonna go.
It's gonna be so much.
Maybe start it with that, with just like the head down. And for those of you just joining us, this is take number 3 to start up.
Hi. Hello, everybody, and welcome to. Sorry.
We got to keep 2 of these in here somewhere. I thought I could do that faster.
I should have waited. I saw you pick it up. I don't know why I started talking.
Quick before it starts up, welcome to Woof, What a Mouthful. This is episode, 3, 4? We don't know. This is the way this is going to go this week. I didn't make notes. Taylor made notes. We're recording on a different day. Everything's gone to hell. Look at the way I'm dressed. Oh, anyway, guys, this week is all about the parks. I'm Whitney, by the way. This is Taylor, who's trying to catch her breath. This is not going to go well.
You just tried 3 times for me to do an intro, and I bombed every time. I'm knocking my table down, which is wiggling because it's not a real table. It's a card table. Hello, everybody. I'm
here.
Taylor.
Y'all are on a swivel. So let me add to the just motion sickness. Speaking of motion sickness, we're talking about theme parks this week.
Also, if you get to see Whitney make a really fun face, that might mean her puppy dog has farted.
Oh my God. Y'all, I don't have help fielding the animals this week. So I've got 3 that are running around. And funny enough, the problematic one that likes to climb all over me is not in this room at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm kind of nervous.
Well, let's make it a drinking game or a dessert nibbling game. Every time there is a ribbon fart and a Whitney reaction face, take a sip.
Dude, y'all. Oh, it's so bad. Anyway.
Hi.
So this week we're talking about theme parks. I have on my Haunted Mansion theme park shirt.
It's so cute.
Mm-hmm. It's so great. This is one of the most recent designs that they put out in the parks, by the way. So if y'all want one, you can still get one. So anyway, so Taylor, why don't you get us started? How did you start working at the theme parks there, friend?
So I was 18 and I had just finished a competitive skating career and graduated from high school. Well,
I'm so sorry. I'm going to interrupt you for a minute with my face in the frame, the way that it is and the way I set that up. It reminded me of Dory of it's going to be good. I can tell.
Tell me more, Elmo. No, you're fine. But yeah, I had finished all my courses early, or my high school credits early. So I was just waiting to walk the stage to graduate. In the meantime, I was thinking, well, do I want to go to college? Do I want to wait? Do I want to see if I need it with work? So I just started going to auditions, and I wound up going to several, including a Universal Studios one where they were looking for everything under the sun. And I just happened to luck out with that. And I got hired and got trained in a bunch of different things over time. And the big joke was I started working before I even graduated high school. So when I finally graduated a couple months into working there, the joke didn't go away. But that's how I started. And it was almost 10 years in the theme park. Not quite, but almost. And it's just kind of crazy, the changes and stuff you see. How did you start in the theme parks?
I started in the theme parks much later than you did in life. I actually started working in the theme parks because of the Disney College program. Do not, homie, hang on. Get over here.
Which homie? Hi, homie.
Down when you get up where the paintbrushes are, and that's not okay. Don't you sneeze on me, I swear. This is the one that has party trick sneezes, you guys. This is Haku. He's already sneezed on me once since we started this video, but it's not on here, thank God. So I did the Disney College program. My graduation for art school was coming to an end, and like a lot of us, I was like, well, what the heck am I going to do with my life? So I found out I found out about the Disney College program and interviewed for it. And holy cow. There you go. I did it was like the super extended spring semester where I started February 1st and then I finished like mid-August. So I was there for, what is that, like 6 months? Something like that, instead of the typical like 3 or 4.
Yeah. I just counted on my fingers and you probably saw me counting quietly over here.
Is that good?
That's the good stuff.
Okay. So that's how I got started in the parks.
Very nice.
What did you do when you first started with everybody?
So I got trained as an escort or a character attendant. There was this show at the time in Kid Zone that was like an 80s style show where you had three basically rainbow bright looking characters dancing and then also being like escorts at the end of the show for the characters that were with you to help them with the lines and stuff. So that was with Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, Man with the Yellow Hat, Curious George, and Woody and Winnie Woodpecker. So got to learn that. And then I also was friends with SpongeBob when SpongeBob was taller. Now he's not anything I could be friends with anymore. Too short, too little. But my initiation as SpongeBob was a lead who was supposed to make sure all the areas that they were assigned to, you already know what's coming. I'm not going to name names.
Yeah.
Supposed to make sure everything ran smoothly. Well, SpongeBob, I'm sure everybody knows this who's been or has worked there, but was at the show dump, the ride exit for, at the time, Jimmy Neutron. And as soon as the ride started to exit, I know, right? That's where Minions is now. So many changes. Same kind of idea for the ride, though. But anyway, this lead pulls off SpongeBob's nose. And all of the people and children are coming out. So all you see, if this is the wall of Bikini Bottom, and all these are the people, is SpongeBob going, ah, smack. And I just slid against the wall. And by me, I mean SpongeBob, into the break room, which was around the corner. I had no idea what to do. I was
very in character. No.
It really worked out. I would love to say that that was intentional to react in his character, but it was just panic. But did that, hung out with the penguins of Madagascar for a bit.
Oh, they were so cute.
They were. Penguins are heavier than you think, folks. My favorite when I did escort Madagascar is when one of the penguins would be testing me, because if they fell over, they couldn't get back up themselves. And I told this penguin, I was like, I'm not helping you. You've done it too many times to me. I'm not doing it. And they fell, and I just laughed so hard and so long the whole time because their little legs are like moving like this. Like, I can't move. It was so cute. Eventually we
Guys, imagine if you knock a bowling pin over. That's what a penguin on the ground looks like.
Yeah. It's really funny.
That's it.
It's really funny. It's good comedic relief, especially since at least in that situation, nobody was hurt. So it was all fine. Costume wasn't damaged. So all was good. And then eventually got trained into a princess role, and then into
not typical princess roles. Better than that.
Mm-hmm. Then over at Marvel, like we talked last week with Rogue, and then towards the end, I got to play Daphne with the Scooby Gang, which is really fun. And they've changed her costume now. She's not in that hot pink mini dress. She's in the purple, more recognized cartoon dress. So
why on earth would they have had Daphne in pink? Daphne's never been in pink.
No, except for the Sarah Michelle Gellar version in the live action.
Oh,
that was only for like one poster and a couple scenes.
Yeah,
because she was wearing it and stuff. So anyway, did stilt walking, did Grinchmas, one active backup year of Halloween Horror Nights, and God bless the souls who worked that event, because I was not able to hack it. Being on stilts, where the fog machines were going, people who were enjoying drinks as guests were drunk and being scared in the parks, and then it
dangerous.
Chaos in general. I was like, I'm built for sunshine and stilt walking, not nighttime fog machine and scared drunk people stilt walking. So for everybody who works those events, thank you for bringing that Halloween spookiness and for being brave enough to do it, because I am sure there are tons of stories from a lot of people who have worked the event, and it is an epic time for the guests and I'm sure people working, but for me, it was very overwhelming. So it takes a very special soul to be able to do that.
I think I knew you were active backup one year for Horror Nights.
It was really funny. They gave me a wig that was basically my same hair color and like up in a little foofy thing.
Sure.
Like that's how I'm wearing my hair anyway, but I can't wear my own hair, so that's fine. But it was for the Cirque de Freak section. That was kind of the entrance into
yeah.
So we had the bearded lady and part of the stilt costume. It's terrible. I played the role for like 3 nights, but I don't remember the name. We were conjoined twins, but we could separate as well. We were in these like blue, foamy, bubbly type dresses that kind of connected, and we walked together. But then we stood in different corners. It was really interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, it was really fascinating just to see how it all, everything backstage turns into a whole different beast when it's Halloween. So,
oh my God, it's so much fun.
And you know from firsthand experience.
Yeah. I had a very, very different experience than you did for Halloween Horror Nights. I worked, I think it was year 21. It was Lady Luck. I did makeup for a couple of the houses that year. The Halloween house, the holiday house, which if you've never been to Halloween Horror Nights, they have like one campy house every year. And that was their campy house, was the like holidays of horrors or horrors of holidays or something like that, where you had like the scary Santa Claus, you had like the flesh-eating rabbit for Easter and the leprechaun. It was a great house though. Walking through it, it was disgusting. It was campy. It was, my cats are fighting. This may be where we need to put a pause in the episode so I can go break up the fight. They're chill. Okay. And my computer went dark, so did my light.
Was it an outdoor house or was it a soundstage?
No, it was an outdoor house.
Okay.
And I did the chainsaw house that year as well. Oh, I loved it. Those were some of the best guys on the planet. They were just a bunch of firefighters that
just having fun.
Even did the chainsaws and everything every year. They were great. They were recurring guys. And that was just fun. You put them in a big lineup and you just say, all right, hold still. And you just sling blood on them. It was great.
That, what do you call it? Stage blood, makeup blood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We would come in for the day shift the next day and you could see specks of that blood all over the place. And it's everywhere. Like, it's Halloween. You know, it's Halloween when you see fake blood everywhere in the trailer.
That's right. But yeah, I did that. I was never a scare actor for them. Thank God. It takes a special breed of person, and I have huge respect for them, because being a scare actor is I've done it here for Netherworld 2 years now. And my first year, I got palmed in the face once and I was on a raised pedestal. And that's not one of those fight or flight things where somebody like actually gets scared and that's their reflex. This guy was going through the house purposefully trying to find scare actors to screw with. And nope, done. Wasn't paid enough for that. Never, ever be paid enough for that. No.
I don't get who the human being is who decides to go, I'm going to be violent towards another human being.
The cops were waiting for him at the end of the house.
Good. A disclaimer here, folks. Don't be that person.
No, please don't. If it is a fight or flight reaction, odds are the actors and actresses in the house they will know the difference. But we're not getting off on a PSA for that today. So yeah, I did. When I worked for the college program, they put, I went into the college program because I had just graduated from art school. And I was like, okay, I'd love to go down there and figure out what all their animation stuff is about. So my recruiter, love their heart, was probably another college kid on their program that had no idea. They were just trying to recruit people. So when I mentioned, oh, I'd love to see the animation building, they're like, yeah. Okay.
Oh, no.
And they had no idea. So when you get there, at least 10 years ago, they will tell you your assignment, like where you are to report to for the park. And I was assigned to Hollywood Studios. And when you get there, you get separated out into your own group.
MGM.
Yeah, MGM. It's always going to be
obnoxious. But
you get separated in your own group by like attraction or concession or food or janitorial. And we were doing our tours in our own groups. And at the end of it, they're like, all right, we're going to tell you what you've been assigned to. And I'm thinking the one thing, why the hell would they make an American Idol attraction? So stupid. Whitney, American Idol. Damn it.
You manifested it.
Well, and I asked on the tour, I was like, so where's the animation building? And they went, oh, honey, that's been gone for years.
Oh,
why am I here? It was one of like the best experiences of my life, though. I would not change it for the world, which is actually part of the whole like Carrie Underwood speech that they would play on loop. It's an experience I wouldn't change for the world. And I mean, I ended up coming back after American Idol. I also did American Idol, Indiana Jones, and at the time, the Drew Carey Sounds Dangerous experience.
Oh, snap.
Oh my God. It was the redheaded stepchild of the icon area. It was horrible. We'll get back there. But I did that for 8-ish months. I held on to a seasonal status. For those of you that don't know that jargon, instead of being part-time or full-time, if you hold seasonal status, you only have to maintain like a certain hour. Typically then it was like 1 8-hour shift and you were employed for that quarter, and still got your perks with Disney. You were able to go in and play for free and so on and so forth. I moved back after the program was finished the following February. So a full year after I had started the program, and ended up about a month or so later working for Universal as an escort as well, which your running joke with your family was that you were working before you graduated high school. Mm-hmm. My family's working joke was when they found out what I was doing at Universal, I was a character escort, but I just called that I'm an escort. They went, you're an escort? Well, what are you making? And I told them my salary. He went, you're pretty cheap. So the escort joke, yes, from my family. I was like, oh, great. Okay.
I mean, if you're into escorts that wear oversized shorts and
dude, we were dressed like mall cops. It didn't matter what park I was working in, dressed like mall cops. So I did that. I was at a dead height for being friends with any characters.
Forgot that phrase.
Yeah. So again, your vocabulary lesson today, dead height for characters was if you were between 5'2" and 5'7", you could only hit like maybe 1 or 2 characters. If you were 5'2" and under, you hit a much wider range of characters that you could be friends with.
Yeah.
If you were 5'7" and taller, you could be far more. I probably only fit like 1 or 2. Haku, if you knock that lamp over, I am going to disown you.
I have to plug in my little ring light because it went dead. I thought I had it.
Again, this is the hot mess this episode is this week.
Oh, we don't want that one.
No.
Yes. Okay.
There you go. That's better.
All these stand lights in our house, and for whatever reason, they're not enough when it comes to filming. Hello, welcome to behind the scenes.
So I did that. I did makeup for Halloween Horror Nights, and that was my experience in the park. So
that's really cool. I didn't realize that you had been on the college program for 8 months. I didn't really know what the college program. 8 months, 6 months.
However long I did the college program. That's how I ended up in Florida.
And I'm so glad that you did, because we wouldn't have met otherwise. So thanks for making those life choices without realizing the future. And
and my has gone dark because it wasn't fully plugged in. So I'm relying on you for notes right now.
Okay, that's fine. Well, we talked about how we started in the parks, and you touched on Universal and Disney. I mainly worked at Universal. I never worked for Disney, but I did third-party events for them through a stilt walking company, which is really fun. And I think this kind of brings us into what Hollywood Studios, aka MGM Studios, used to be like, because that's when I did an event there. It was St. Patrick's Day, and they had us as very tall, stilted leprechauns. And the first ride that or break room, showroom, whatever, that we started at was Lights, Motor, Action. And that just kind of got us thinking, wow, how many different rides, attractions, shows, restaurants, etc., that aren't there anymore are near and dear to our hearts, or something that we go, oh yeah, like you were mentioning the Drew Carey thing earlier. I was like, oh gosh, I didn't even remember that was a thing there. So
not many of it.
Oh man. Event wise though, the Osborne Spectacle of Lights for Christmas.
God. Let's preface this with, we're not dogging on what they've replaced it with.
Oh, no.
You've not been there yet, right?
Been where?
Galaxy's Edge.
I have.
Oh, you have? Okay. Well, they have, for those of you that don't know or care or whatnot, in that case, get the hell off our channel. A lot of this is about Disney. Yeah. The MGM, the back half of it used to be the Backlot Tour, Lights, Motor, Action, Speed. No, was it actually Light, Motors, Action, Speedway? No, Light, Motors, Action Show, and a couple of other things. And one of the like streets that they had set up down there, they would frost with Christmas lights every single year. And they would set everything to music, and it was one of the neatest things on the planet. Granted, they have completely transformed this entire back area now into Galaxy's Edge, which is immersive. It is every Star Wars fan's just absolute wet dream. I'm not dogging on you guys. I've heard it is one of the coolest things, and I can't wait to get there myself. So it's been appropriately rethemed and rehomed as, you know, for Star Wars, but doesn't mean that we still don't miss what used to be there.
Yeah,
so Osborne
fondly. And as you were saying about Star Wars, I can appreciate Star Wars, but I would say I am more of a fan that's somewhat aware of what's going on, but I'm nowhere to the level like I am with Harry Potter. Like I am Potter down to the core. Star Wars, I can appreciate it, but I can also appreciate how hardcore the fandom is. And the land is impressive, but seeing the people react to the land who are also like just hardcore fans is so cool. And they worked really hard on that area. So
the photos and everything are beautiful, but I've heard it does not do it justice to actually going into everything.
It's impressive, but yeah, they had the lights there, and you obviously can't put Christmas lights to music inside of Star Wars and have that be okay. So
it does not work.
I don't know where they went with all the lights, but it was beautiful and very fun. They now do like a projection show on the Chinese theater and I believe the Tower of Terror, but this past year chunk of time has been funky with COVID, so things have changed a little bit for what was done at least last holiday season. Do you remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Absolutely.
I loved that too, because I just thought, I was like, I'm in the movie. It was fun.
That there used to be, like the big playground area. That immersive experience was a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids play area.
So good.
You had the giant ants, you had the big slides, you had the big Lego pieces you could crawl into. I've got photos of me like on Auntie. And I'll have to find those, but that was, I do remember that. That was a fun day. You had like the little Singing in the Rain umbrella that was attached to the post back there too. One of the things that is gone that I am so just heartbroken I never got to experience, the little theater that was back there that used to have the Hunchback of Notre Dame in it.
I never saw it either, but
God,
my old coworkers was part of that cast
Yep.
and just had so many incredible stories to hear. I wish we could time travel.
folks, it's on YouTube. Just try and see if you can find it. It's not the whole thing, but I think bits and pieces of it are.
Yeah.
If you can find the whole thing, please send it to us. We'd love to watch it. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, my home is gone. American Idol does not exist anymore. It was just as cheesy as it sounds, but it was great. The one weird thing about it though is if you got into it and you participated and you kept advancing throughout the shows, you were locked into this sucker for a day. So you had to be a hardcore fan, because there were sometimes that people just didn't show back up to participate in the shows, which we can understand. You come to Disney. It was kind of a flawed system, but at the same time, that was when American Idol was at its heyday. So it was perfect. But what else doesn't exist anymore? The Backlot Tour was fun. I really don't remember a whole lot about it, to be honest with you. I think I went on it once and that was it.
I remember there was a lot of I want to say canyon area where there was some like
Yes,
and the thing tilted and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But gosh, that was so long ago. The Great Movie Ride.
God, changed so many things, but why did they make it? Why did they take that away? I know it was outdated. I know it needed some love and a facelift, but it was just,
There was something very nice about it, even with all of those needs.
all the nostalgia.
Yeah, I will say that the new Mickey and Minnie Railroad ride is,
That's right. You've ridden that. I have not.
the new technology is amazing. It's adorably done. They did a really good job, but it is one of those, like, remember when my mom actually got to be one of the first to be like, when they go, oh, hey, come and do a test ride on this.
Well, that's fun.
Do a Great Movie Ride. She worked for the Mickey Mouse Club. So
Dude, share that jacket and share that story. That's really cool.
it's like, this is a good time to say it. So when my mom worked for the Mickey Mouse Club, this was the original show jacket for that run. That's a front. She's got her name embroidered there. In the back, because you can see the actual. I was gonna wear it for this, and I realized you can't see the cool part.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So, and she got us these. She got herself one, my dad one, then us like little baby toddler ones, and then like little kid ones, and then we eventually grew into the adult ones, which is really cool.
That was the time period with like Justin and Brittany and all them, right? That's so cool.
It was, and she was in the business side of things and contract fulfillment. So something all the way down to this person requested this in their apartment. Like, she made sure all those things were fulfilled. So she got to learn a lot about the industry in that sense, and the people as well. But it was really cool. They threw her a baby shower for me, and then my brother was born in '92, and there was a big picture, and I can find my mom in this like huge cast, and it's really neat to see. But their bungalows, like MGM was like just getting going, so they were in the back near the Backlot Tour, and Jim Henson's, the Muppets bungalow, is right next to him, which it talk about wanting to time travel. Like, that would just be so wild to see. But yeah, they would go, like we would when we worked in the parks. They would go sit on a park bench somewhere and people watch, or on your break and go ride a ride or whatever. So it is really quite fun. Did you watch Adventures in Wonderland by chance? I know you're big.
Was that the TV show forever ago? Like, it started up and the little girl actually like would walk through the mirror.
And it's like it's real people.
Live action. Yeah. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but yeah.
Well, much like you being excited and me being excited for you seeing your credits, your name in the credits. My mom's Lee Foster is in the credits for
Oh, I'll have to find it.
that
That's
show.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Disney has always held a very special place in my heart for many reasons. I grew up on it because my mom was so around it. But just hearing all of the change even from then, like, do you remember the big water tower with the Mickey Mouse ears on it?
yes.
Yeah. And
That still stands, doesn't it?
I don't know. People of YouTube or Instagram,
Oh,
tell us if it stands.
yes. Please tell us that water tower still exists.
It does, because I liked that. The other big, I don't know what you would call it, installment that isn't there anymore is that big phantasmic Mickey hat.
People hated that thing. I mean, I get it blocked the Chinese theater. That's why people hated it. They thought it was an eyesore. But that was the cornerstone. That was like the mascot for my college program.
I was about to say, it was there for all of your college program? Okay.
Yep.
I can't
remember every bit of it.
How long or when they had put it there, but
every bit of it. Another thing that doesn't exist anymore that was a big part of my college program was the Block Party Bash Parade. It was Pixar themed. And that's right when they brought that out, at least on the college program, that was when Toy Story 3 was about to come out. So lots of Hug Bear. Oh God, wait a minute. Yeah, that's 3. Lotso was 3. That's when they brought out Lotso Huggin' Bear as a meet and greet character. And this sumbitch actually smelled like strawberries.
Wow.
It was so mean because nobody knew he was a villain yet. Spoilers. And his meet and greet character over at the animation annex, where you go and meet all those characters, you could hug this guy and he smelled like strawberries. Everybody loved him, and then everybody found out he was a villain. They're like, whoa. Anyway, the Block Party Bash Parade. The big thing with us, because it stopped right in front of American Idol Theater, these are Block Party Bash balls that we would, as employees, dive into the bushes to get for kids and ourselves. Because we would try and collect all of them. I'm going to grab them. Nobody look at my butt.
Grab the Block Party Bash balls. I almost said just grab the balls, and that would have sounded bad.
Yeah, no, please don't do that. It's the blue ones. I'm trying to get it to where your face is not in there. Nope, it's going to happen. Or my lamp. Look at that. That's
finally out of the way.
Yay! But yeah, these are all Block Party Bash balls from
cute.
2010. Yeah, God knows how many of these are on the roof of that theater.
Oh gosh,
ridiculous. They would like shoot them out of these cannons at the end of everything. So
like a time capsule up there.
Yeah.
Block Party.
That's my souvenir. So I have these on my wall, and up here, those are all of my name tags from being on the college program. Mine with college on there, my hometown. There is a Star Tours one in there that actually has my name on it in the appropriate language.
Hey.
And my somehow ended up with an American Idol patch from my costume. I don't know how I ended up with that. Pretty sure I'm not supposed to have it, but somehow it ended up in my possession, and I'm not sending it back. So,
and compared to what other people have knowingly taken from that park, I don't think that's a big deal.
And this beautiful crowning jewel, this is my like 2D yearbook from being on the college program that everybody that I worked with and was friends with signed the front and the back of that. So this sucker is covered and with all these wonderful memories and everything else. The nostalgia's hitting deep. So anyway, notes. Where are we headed?
Where are we headed? Food. You were talking
about the food. What was What was your favorite? And I mean, you guys, we've gotten this deep into the episode. You all know that we're focusing on MGM and Hollywood Studios this episode. We will go back and talk about Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and of course Magic Kingdom, and then get into Universal as well and the different facets there. But as you can see, we're off on such a tangent. We're talking about one park today.
It's been a long week, folks, but food wise. Yeah, food wise at studios, and it's still there, is the Sci-Fi Diner for me. And it's mainly for the experience. It's like you're walking into a drive-in and there's the whole old timey let's all go to the lobby theater, and the booths are like old school cars, and I think the servers were on roller skates. I don't know if they still would be, but it was just so cute. And I don't remember exactly how great the food was. I would always get a cheeseburger and I was never unhappy.
It's the experience. That's what you're going in there for.
It's so good. So next time you're here, if we can get a reservation, I think that would be so much fun. Because
agreed.
I think you would like it very much. You were talking about a fun food item that I sadly told you is not there anymore and replaced by something that's gross too.
It's still, if I've done my research right, it's still the same thing. They've just taken Min and Bill's off of it. There is, when you go in to the park itself and you walk all the way back to the center hub, past all the shops, on the left-hand side, there's a small lagoon, and there is a little boat that is, or was at the time, only open every third Thursday in July. I'm exaggerating, but their schedule was very erratic, but it was Min and Bill's Dockside Diner. And it was the best place to get like a cheap lunch and a quick lunch, because nobody really knew that it was there, or they were always going to the diners, the sit down places, to get out of the heat. Min and Bill's served a bag.
Insert ribbon dog fart here.
Oh, you have no idea. Burned my eyebrows off. That's why I draw them back on. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm having trouble recovering from this one. Oh my God.
You have like a candle in there too, but that's not cutting it.
I do. So it's just like I'm in this like hellish Oreo between Christmas and like balsam, whatever it is, and dog farts.
Which she so lovingly described as they smell of burnt hair.
Oh my God. Anyway, don't y'all wish you were here? We're gonna go back to talking about food.
Something that didn't smell like burned hair farts.
God, Min and Bill's Dockside Diner served either a vegetarian option of actually, I guess it wasn't fully vegetarian, because chicken or a Caesar salad, it's like, what is it? The Caesar dressing has anchovies in it.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Well,
it was a Caesar salad, or you could have chicken added to it, just ramrodded into a hollow baguette about this big. It was so good, and you would have the rankest breath afterward, but it was so good.
I would just be talking, hello, welcome to American Idol.
Just that, like, what is it? That episode of SpongeBob where she's, I'm ugly. No, you just have bad breath. That was really good. And also a big staple, which we didn't talk about this, and I thought about it after we did our like little warm-up session earlier. The Brown Derby. I've been to the Brown Derby a grand total of one time.
Okay.
In 10 years. And that was the very first place I remember eating on the college program. It was Valentine's Day. And my first friend actually working at American Idol is my darling friend, Sarah Kate. And she and I were both very far from home, very homesick, and we missed our families and the people that we were really close to. And we just had this wild hair to go to the Brown Derby and I had a slight stroke there, grapefruit cake, and celebrate for Valentine's. So we got off, we walked across the main hub. We somehow got in without a reservation and sat down and shared a piece of grapefruit cake as broke college students.
And you're still friends today.
He and I have lovingly referred to each other as our Valentines for 10 years because of that one day. So, Sarah Kate, love you very much.
Cute. Sarah Kate, I want to meet you one day.
They're grapefruit cake. If you ever get the opportunity to go there, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll go to the sci-fi diner and then we'll go get grapefruit cake.
I like
Done.
It. There we go.
Done.
Perfect.
So what's your favorite ride at Studios and why? Past or present? I can't talk. Oh God.
It's okay. That's a really tough one. I think at the moment it is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. It's just so cute and happy, and you see different things each time you go on it, and the technology is so impressive. I'm going to really show my brain fartiness right now when it comes to the differences between, yep, you're welcome. That is what I'm calling it. The differences between the two Star Wars rides. But the latest one is that Rise of the Resistance?
I think so.
Yeah, because the other one you're
Smuggler's Run. Isn't that the other one?
What?
I haven't been there, so I get a pass. You'll shut up.
I don't get a pass at all. But the technology in whichever one that just most recently opened.
That's what I've heard.
Is amazing. I think it's we plugged Disney Plus last week, and it's on the Imagineering series and one of the episodes. Really? Yeah. Ooh. I don't remember which episode it is, but gosh, that's such a binge-worthy series.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But the technology for that, they kind of talk about it in there and show you a little bit of behind the scenes, which is really cool. So I would say those two probably would win out, would be Mickey and Minnie, just for the nostalgia factor of just growing up with those cartoons. So yeah, how about you? Oh, another doggy fart. I need to talk more.
Y'all, these serve no purpose, by the way. I've been scratching my eyes and stuff through them, so if y'all are keeping count. God. Oh my God, it's got to be Tower of Terror. It has to be. My roommate on the program, that's where she ended up. Oh. And the very first night, she kept backdooring us on the ride. Yeah, not the first night. Sorry, everybody was trained in. We all knew what we were doing. But we went to go visit her after, a bunch of us from Idol, after work one night. And this is also during the time period, you guys, I feel like the parks don't have dead times anymore, which dead times were, you had your really busy time periods. The summer was hell. You had spring break to precede that. You had the holidays, anything from like October 1st through January 1st was just like the summer, because you had all of the gimmicks for the holiday season. So from like the first week of January through the first week in March, and then the month of September were dead zones. It was cheaper to get into the parks. There was hardly anybody there, and the weather was not terrible. So that was the best time to be there. And that's right where my college program fell, was February 1st through, I think, August 16th. So that was great.
Timing.
So we went, it was probably like the end of February. We went over there to see if we could get in line, which was already really short to begin with. And they just kept backdooring us, and we rode this ride probably 10 times straight. After a while, they just opened the doors at like 10 o'clock at night, when there was also like extra magic hours or whatever it was when it was open really late. Okay. And they would just go, "Welcome back. You want to ride again? Okay, bye." And they just close the doors and they'd send us right back up. They wouldn't even have us get off the ride anymore.
That's awesome.
I had an instance like that with a former ride at Universal as well. And it was so great.
That's awesome.
I love it. And I love the theming of that ride. Haunted Mansion is probably one of my favorites, but because this one is spoopy too. I liked that. Loved the Tower of Terror. I thought that was great. I do love Aerosmith though, just for the pure elation. I had no idea what I was getting into, and all indoors, the black light, that music blaring in your ears it's so good. So good.
I have a picture
You got to find it.
What?
You've put it out there now. You got to find it.
I know, I have to. I also have to ask who's in the picture with me if they want to be on Instagram. If not, I'll give them a little emoji face.
Perfect.
First time I ever went on it was with my husband right after we got married.
What? You hadn't been on it before then?
No, and our faces were like, so far back.
I love it.
It's so funny. My brother had been on it when he was younger, and it was really funny because my mom didn't want to go on it. I didn't want to go on it. I was scared. And this really nice lady was also the only person in her family who wanted to go on it. And they were, my brother and this lady were both like bright redheads, and they're like, and mom was like, sure. So there's a picture of my brother and this random redheaded lady on the ride. It's really cute.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that I had like a clip in the back of my hair that I was taking out, and Josh is like, put your head back, because they were saying the head back, and I wasn't moving fast enough. So luckily I got it taken care of and didn't like smush plastic into my scalp. But that ride gets going really fast.
Dude, it's so good.
Right away. For
It's
the
so
Tower
good.
of Terror, what were the, like, was it a seatbelt or a lap bar when you rode it in the beginning? Because I remember a lap bar and being with somebody who was bigger than
it was
me.
a seatbelt. No, it's a seatbelt. It was individual like buckles for each one.
So I don't know if my memory is accurate, if this is another ride I'm thinking of, but Tower of Terror is the only type of ride that I had been on that was that up and down. I didn't do Dr. Doom or anything after riding Tower of Terror. I have a very weak stomach. I remember lap bars. I remember being with a friend who, I mean, he was just a bigger dude than me. So the lap bar didn't go as low on me. It didn't touch me. And I remember raising up.
Oh no, I still raised up.
You did? Okay. So
It was fun. And it's a different sequence for every elevator shaft. It's so good because if you go up, you don't know if you're going to come in and go up or if you're going to go down first. And then it's just like a massive, like up and down, up and down. It's,
When he's like, this is great. And I'm like, sounds like a Pepto-Bismol commercial. But so fun. I think we have a lot of things to plan when you're in town next. And we need to, once you figure out when that is, we will try to make reservations.
I'd love that. Yeah. I need to go back there anyway. I haven't been there in 2 years because then they started blocking everything off for comp passes because of Star Wars.
Gotcha.
You staying down here? Well, either way, our timer has gone off 3 times, so this is a longer episode.
It is. I'm gonna have fun editing this one, everybody. So,
do we have anything else on our list? I'm sure we could continue to talk about this for a long time. So,
I think it would just be recommendations that we would individually want to give for studios in general, MGM, Hollywood, whatever you want to call it.
This entire episode has been one giant recommendation. Really? Go to Hollywood Studios.
Just go.
Just go.
Have fun. Create your own
opinions. Ride everything you can.
Let me know what the seatbelt situation is at Tower of Terror if I'm making up the pass with the lap bar.
Yes. Go on, we didn't even crest Toy Story, which is its own area. We'll probably have to do a part 2 about this.
Because I have opinions and they're fun ones to me anyway.
They're so great. But yeah, I think that's our recommendation this week, isn't it, buddy? Come on. Just boob grab. Yeah, you can see that too, couldn't you? Just this little paw.
Maybe the title for this episode is The Kittie and the Tittie.
Oh my God.
Oh, well, on that note,
go to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, go to Hollywood Studios. Please follow us on Instagram if you aren't already at Woof, What a Mouthful. And of course, our YouTube is also Woof, What a Mouthful. We appreciate you all watching and we hope to see you soon. That was the best way to end that, Whitney. That was great.
It has to be.